Hi, this is Karen Flaherty from Living by Human Design, and this is part of the energy type videos. This one is about reflectors. And reflectors are the rarest energy type on the planet. They're only about 1% of the population, and they're unique because every single center on their chart is white. Every single center is open. All the energy centers are open, which means that they're taking in energy from the people around them all the time. And so they're here, the reason they're here is to reflect what's going on in their community. And so if it feels good to them, and if the energy that they're taking in and reflecting back feels good, then it's a good place for them to be. And likely it's a very healthy community. If that energy doesn't feel good to them and they're not so happy there, then it's probably not as healthy a community for them and probably best for them to relocate. In fact, location is very important for reflectors. They need to be with that, especially with that open G. But more because they're so open, they need to be in a place that feels really good to them, that feels good energetically to them, and that they're comfortable being in all the time. So whether it's the community or the coffee shop or their favorite restaurant or even their home environment, they should feel comfortable wherever they are all the time. And the happier or the more comfortable they feel, the happier they will be. There's so much openness in their chart that they're really sensitive to the energetic environment. That's what's happening. They're just taking it in and they're amplifying it. So they're actually designed to be more sensitive than other people and will usually feel things before other people do. So being a reflector is almost like being the canary in the coal mine. They'll be much more aware of things prior to other people being aware of them. And because the open centers take in the energy from others, it's really essential that they have a private place to retreat to every day. They need some alone time every day. It's really essential. This gives them the opportunity to basically get rid of all that energy that they've taken in. And so retreat and privacy are really important to the reflector. Now, they can be very wise people if they understand their openness. And they were really designed that way. They were designed to experience wonder and awe, and they don't need to be rushed in processing their world. They're really wise observers of life, and their strategy is actually to wait 28 days before making any big decisions. So again, like the projectors, they're going to wait on the big decisions, but when those big decisions come around, whether it's a career move or a relationship or where to move to in terms of location, they should wait 28 days, which is the cycle of it's basically a lunar cycle is what they're waiting for the 28 to 29 days of a lunar cycle, so that they can make sure that it's what they really want to do. And during this time, they can talk to other people, hear their opinions, get a sense of how they're feeling about it, and then make a decision. Because the decisions for the reflectors can feel big and be big and can change the direction of their lives. As I said, their strategy is to wait the 28 days for 28 or 29 days for a lunar cycle. And so that in a way, this makes them lunar beings. They're really influenced by the movement of the moon, and they might even, once they realize that they're a reflector, they might be quite aware of that, the importance of the moon in their lives. As a reflector, their goal is to be one with everything while identifying with nothing. And that's going to sound a little funny, but basically they're mirroring what's in their environment, but they have to be careful not to identify with what it is they're reflecting, because otherwise that can become part of them. It's really similar with the rest of us as well. We don't want to become too identified with the energies that we're taking in. So it's important that you learn how to be detached, especially for reflectors, that they learn how to be a detached observer and still operate in the world. You can imagine they'll have a number of fears. The biggest fear is the not-self theme of disappointment. They can be, because they're reflecting the community, they can become quite disappointed in the way the world is operating, in the way things are happening in the world. They, of course, wonder why they're so different from other people. They also feel so much energy all the time, and they wonder what it's like just to be themselves, just to be by themselves, just to be in their energy and yet be around other people. Because the only way they can really feel like they are themselves is if they're basically hidden away and retreating from the rest of the world. And some people wonder when they will find, some reflectors wonder when they will find a place that really feels comfortable to them, that they can really enjoy. Some famous reflectors include Sandra Bullock, the actress, and Michael Richards, an actor also. Also Rosalind Carter, Richard Burton, Yul Brynner, and H.G. Wells were all reflectors as well. And interesting that many of them are actors and actresses, and it's interesting that so many of them have worked in Hollywood and made their way successfully as reflectors. See you in the next video.